Hello race fans, this is Anthony with BBSN and we are back for part 2 of the Pro Grip Power Tools 400, race number 10 in the 2018 Scram season from New England Colonial Speedway. And as we resume the race on turn 21, our leader is currently the Queen of Scram, Julie Justice, followed by Graham Pleasant, Kurt Bryson, Donnie Schrupp, a surprise again in the 4th spot, Robbie Petrosky in 5th, Marlon McGarry and Ray Bob Walker, the Duke of Dixie, round out the top 7. So turn 21, we are underway, and that is going to be a bottom group heat check. So on the bottom group, neither of our lap down drivers has a skill. Parnell Drake will go for the second group, and Drake going for the 6th spot odd, which is Austin Bigler. And Bigler only has the heat treat, so he is not going to be able to defend his position. And Parnell Drake moves up into the middle group. And next we'll go to Neil Wallach, and Wallach needs a 2 on the gas pedal check. And he gets it, going for the 5th spot, odd. And unfortunately Aaron Hartley also has the heat trait, so Wallach not going to get it done. Brooks Bilovich. And Bilovich is going after Pete McAtee in the 18th position. And McAtee is going to surrender that spot as Bilovich moves up. McAtee bounced back to 31. And up next, Jordy Pettis. And Pettis, the Electric Gypsy, gets the gas pedal check. He is going after the 3rd spot, Paul Chen. And Chen, who started on the pole, has been fading steadily since then. And he will be bounced back to 28 as Pettis moves up. And that takes us all the way up to Greg Carl from the 23rd spot. And Carl will be going after Monica Merrick, and 1 on the blue die is going to be enough to get it done, and it forces Merrick to spend her performance chip. The Alabama Badass Billy Brett is next, and he is going after Aaron Hartley, and a blue 4 is going to get it done, so he will move up. And Hartley and Brett swap just a few spots as we head on to turn number 22. And again, this will be a 40-turn race. And already out of the race are the 61 car, cooling issue, 55 car electrical, radiator issue struck the 24th car, and the number 10 car, Evan Utek, went down via crash. So top group and 5 will be a star check. So Justice with a performance chip, she has a star quality plus the 2 brake pedals, so we'll take a blue 6 to knock her off. Ray Bob Walker is a double star, so he'll get 2 cracks at it. Fails on the 1st, and the 2nd fails also. McGarry also a double star. And McGarry almost gets it done, falls just short, and fails again. And Donnie Schrupp, of all people, last week's surprise winner, and he fails the gas pedal check. And finally, Graham Pleasant. And Pleasant is going to fail, so Julie Justice fights everyone off, does not have to use a performance chip as we head to turn number 23. And top group again, and this is going to be a reflex check. So reflex, Ray Bob Walker will once again take a shot at Julie Justice. And Justice also has the reflex trait, so again a blue 6 will be needed to knock her off that perch. Robbie Petrosky gets the next crack at it, and Petrosky fails the gas pedal check. Donnie Schrupp, no, and Graham Pleasant right on Justice's tail, and she fights him off as well. So Justice has led since lap 20 and doing a great job as we head to turn number 24. And this is going to be a duel, and that will be the number 5 cars in the middle group. So in those 2 spots, the Alabama Badass Billy Brett and Kid Crafty KJ Nakashima. And Nakashima again will play it smart. Brett does not know the meaning of that, and he is going after Monica Merrick in the 8th spot. And Brett does not get it done, so he's going to have to make an escape check now. And this could be a problem for Brett, and Brett fails the escape check, so a pit crew rating of D, and he is probably going to be exiting the race here. He needs in the middle third a roll of 6 or lower to stay in, and he does not get it, so Brett goes out on lap number 24 via crash. And once again, his aggressive driving has cost him. So he will be done, and we will have a turn under the yellow here. So moving up from the bottom group will be Chris Wynn, and turn 25 goes under the yellow. And that is within 1 turn of a pit stop, so Justice is going to call for another early pit as we continue to move that up. And on the yellow, our 2 lap down drivers are going to get a chance for the wave around. And pit crew rating of B for Vic Holder. We are in the middle third again, so we'll take an 8 or better. Holder is back on the lead lap. And also a B for Kevin Pettis, so KP, 8 or better, and Pettis also back up on the lead lap. So everyone now on the lead lap as we head for the pits. And turn 26, and actually this would have been a scheduled pit stop since we got the pits moved up 1 earlier. Or never mind, turn 25 will be the pit. So let me make my adjustments. And there will be 1 pit stop left after this, and that will be scheduled for turn 35. So here we go, pit stop. And that will be the top group, 1 and 4 cars swapping spots. And this could be big for Justice, as if she gets a performance chip here, it will bode well into keeping her in that top spot for a good portion of the remainder of the race. So here we go. She needs a 10 or better. And Justice, her second performance chip. Petrosky is 6. He gets 1. Bryson is 7. He's got his second. Schrupp needs a 3. No dice. Pleasant a 5. No. McGarry is 7. And he's got 1. And finally, Ray Bob Walker, the Dixie Duke, and he's going to get his with a roll of 4. And we will see who will challenge Justice now coming out of the pit. Going to be the number 2 car, Kurt Bryson. And Bryson needs a 4 or better. He gets it. So let's see if Justice chooses to use a performance chip or relinquishes the lead. And neither driver does, so Justice is going to relinquish the lead coming out of the pits. So each driver with 2 performance chips now, and Justice leads up through lap 25. And for lap 26, our new leader will be Kurt Bryson, and this is the second time he has led in this race as he has stayed up in the top group. And we move on to turn 26. So Justice playing it safe, and she's just going to basically loiter behind the pack, stay within striking distance. Top group, and it will be a trouble result. So this could definitely cause some issues, and escape for Bryson is a 9. And again, on a trouble, you can use your performance chip. He does not have to use his. Petrosky needs a 7 or better. And that's going to cost him his chip. Justice, wow, she only needed an 11 and rolled a 12, so she has to use a performance chip. Donnie Schrupp, a 5, and he gets it. So Schrupp continues to live well, has a horseshoe under his seat. Graham Pleasant is good as well, an 8 or better for McGarry, and McGarry is going to have to use his performance chip. And finally, Ray Bob Walker with a 9, and he gets it done. So nobody caught up in the problems up top. They swap some paint, keep going on to turn number 27. And it stays up in the top group, control check. So starting with Ray Bob Walker, and we'll see if Bryson can hold on to his performance chips. So on the control, and to pass Bryson, it will take a 4 or better on the blue die, and Ray Bob Walker does not get it done. So we'll see if the drivers use their performance chips, and they both do. Moving on to McGarry, and McGarry, again a 3 or better on the blue die, and not able to get it done. Bryson fights him off. Next up, Graham Pleasant, and Pleasant, a 1 on the blue die, and Bryson fights him off. Donnie Schrupp. Schrupp a 1 on the blue die, no dice. Julie Justice, and Justice a 2. And we will see if the drivers elect to use or may retain, and they both have to use their performance chips. So costly in terms of performance, Petrosky does not have the control trait. And we move on to turn number 28. So all performance chips now out of play, and we're staying in the top group, and this will be a TV check. So that will start with Petrosky. And Petrosky, 5 and a 4 on the gas pedal check, a 5, and again, Bryson not a TV driver, so only a 3 or better to beat him. And Petrosky takes over the lead. And I should have started from the back. Never mind, Pleasant, and the result will be the same. Pleasant will take over the lead. So Bryson, his time at the top was short in this one as he leads lap 26 through 28, and we will have a new leader for lap number 29. And Donnie Schrupp will get the next crack at it. And the brake pedal, or the blue die, will need to be a 4 or better. Schrupp doesn't get it done because Graham Pleasant is a TV driver. And Petrosky denied once, and this time he passes Pleasant, so we have a new leader as the lead swaps hands twice on that lap, and Petrosky heading into lap 29 up at the top, and it's the first time he has been up there in this race. So we'll see if we get outside, and we are still staying in the top group, and again a control check. So Ray Bob Walker going to give it a shot. And Petrosky, the only driver up here without the control trait, so it will only take 3 on the blue die to get it done. Ray Bob fails his gas pedal check. Marlon McGarry. And McGarry jumps up. So we will have a new leader on lap 30. Kurt Bryson. And for McGarry, it will take a 5 or better on the blue die. Bryson does not pass the gas pedal check. Donnie Schrupp. Schrupp does not. And Julie Justice is going to take 2 cracks at it. Fails her gas pedal check on the first. And fails her gas pedal check on the second. And Graham Pleasant, see if they can exchange the lead again. And McGarry holds off all comers. So we head to lap 30. And Marlon McGarry in the lead. So all 7 drivers in the top group battling for that top spot. The dust clears. McGarry is on top, turn number 30, and we stay in the top group, this time for the star quality. And star, Ray Bob Walker has a double star, so he'll get 2 cracks. Now McGarry does 2 plus a brake pedal, so it's going to take a roll of 6 on the blue die to get him out of there. And McGarry is entrenched. Ray Bob can't do it. On to Donnie Schrupp will get the next crack. And Schrupp would have got it done, but he fails the gas pedal check. Julie Justice, she's got the star quality, fails her gas pedal check. She's having some issues there. And Pleasant giving it another run, and he does not get it done. So McGarry, the challenges come fast and furious. He fights them off. Lap 31. And finally down to the middle group, and 6 will be a skill check. So starting with the 9th or the 6th spots, Chris Wynn has it. And a 1 on the blue die, not going to get that done. And Bilovich Nakashima, no. Chuck Tafaro and Monica Merrick both have it. And Tafaro, triple sixes. So he fails, and there is going to be a problem. So Tafaro, and we are now in the final third of the race, so problems are going to be just that. And 64 on the problem finder, that's going to be engine trouble, roll for repair. And Tafaro Pit Crew has a skill of C, and it's going to take a 2. So snake eyes, or he is done. And that's it for Tafaro. So Tafaro, engine trouble. And he is gone on lap number 31, or turn 31. And no yellow flag there, so the challenges will continue. Monica Merrick. And Merrick going after the top spot with Graham Pleasant and a blue 5. And Merrick's going to shoot up into second place. And the snooker. And Pettis both. So Jordy Pettis and the Electric Gypsy fails, and the snooker going for it. He's got it going after the second spot, Julie Justice, and Justice. She has the skill, 2 brake pedals, and the bonus, so a 3 on the blue die will not get it done. She fights off Snook, one of her arch nemesis there. And Randy Kendrick, rowdy Randy Kendrick, back there with his good buddy Clark Snook, and he is going after the 5th spot, which will be Robbie Petrosky. And Petrosky, a brake pedal bonus, and he also has a skill trait, so he's going to fight that challenge off on a blue roll of 2. Disco Stu Urich, and Urich going after Petrosky, and Petrosky has no answer for the Disco Man, and that ends that turn. As we move to turn 32, and 8 laps to go, or 8 turns to go on this one. And we have a duel, and 7 is going to be a fume feud. Now on the feuding list, of course, we have Schrupp, and actually that feud is dead now, so this is going to be Kendrick, as we did not move everyone up. And Hartley, he'll have to pass his gas pedal check because there was no yellow, and he does so. So this will be a fume result. And again, rowdy Randy Kendrick is fuming. He had some issues with Snook over the last couple of weeks, and a large Twitter battle ensued over nicknames and all types of everything that goes with that. Kendrick ended up breaking a Bluetooth speaker device that Snook's crew had up, playing a song that got under his skin. So Kendrick, and again, a solid, the bullet will be the car in front of Kendrick will be the rabbit, and blank, the car behind him, will be the turtle. So this is going to be Kendrick and Croyle. Croyle is a turtle, Kendrick is the rabbit, and a roll of 7. And rabbit goes to the bottom. So Kendrick and Croyle swapping some paint, and that's going to get Croyle fuming as well. And Snook now right on Kendrick's tail, and there's some intrigue there, and that could parlay into something interesting as we come down the stretch. So looking to move up from the bottom group, first off will be Greco, and Greco gets it done with a roll of 4. And everybody else moves up a spot except for Cam Croyle, who is now back languishing in 37th place. as we head to turn 33. Pit stop coming up in 2 turns. And back to the top group, this will be a control check. And again, everybody in the top group has, actually everyone has it now. The one person that didn't is no longer in that group. So we will start with Ray Bob Walker. And again, McGarry, a brake pedal bonus, control, and the 2 bonuses there. We'll take a blue 5 to knock him out, and Ray Bob Walker says no problem, as the Duke of Dixie vaults up into first place. So McGarry leads through lap 33, and we will have a new leader on lap 34. Disco Stu Urich, and it's going to take a 6 to pass Ray Bob Walker. Kurt Bryson next. Blue 6 no. Donnie Schrupp. And Schrupp no. Julie Justice. Justice double control, gets 2 cracks, misses the first and misses the second. And finally, Monica Merrick trying to sneak by, and Ray Bob fights her off easily. And on to turn 34 we go. Our new leader, Ray Bob Walker, occupying the top spot for the first time in this one. And down to the bottom group, and a roll of 8 will be a smart check. So we'll start with Cam Croyle, and Croyle, he's looking to bounce back up quickly after getting knocked down to that back group after a little scuffle with Randy Kendrick. And he will be going after 3 even, which is Jordy Pettis, and Pettis 8 as a smart. Pettis does not have it, so a blue 2 is going to get it done. So the Electric Gypsy back in the back of the pack there. And that takes us up to Vic Holder, and Holder going after the 5th spot, even. And Chris Wynn has a smart trait, but he does not have any other defense mechanisms. So Holder going to make a late race run now. And Justin Mahler, and Mahler has been kind of quiet in this one. His first opportunity to make some noise, and he is going after the Snooker in the 2nd spot there. And a roll of 5 on the blue die, and it's going to get it done. Snook unable to fight him off. So the Upstart vaults up into 11th place. And with this race winding down, Pete McAtee, that could spell disaster for those in the back group. And McAtee going after Petrosky, and he's going to bounce up into the middle group as well. So those with the smart trait making the most of it. Dangerous Danny Baker, and Baker fails a gas pedal check. And this takes us up to Kerry Cacciola, K-Fab with a roll, and he misses the gas pedal check, and that does it for turn number 34. Turn 35, as we are heading into the pits, our final pit stop of the day. And 6, and on the last pit stop, and a 5 would have been both groups and leader. So this will be TV drivers and leader if a TV driver. So unfortunately we have 3 TV drivers in the bottom group, 4 TV drivers who won't get a shot at a performance chip. So it's going to be from the top group only Donnie Schrupp. And Schrupp needs a roll of 3 or better, does not get it. Kendrick needs a 6, and Kendrick just misses it. Grant Pleasant a 5, and Pleasant gets 1. Vic Holder, and we did have a lot of TV drivers today. He needed an 8 or better. He gets his, and Hartley needs a 6. And Hartley has 1, so we'll have 3 performance chips for the stretch run here. And coming out of the pits, the challenger for the lead is going to be from the 3rd spot, Donnie Schrupp. And can Schrupp do it again. He does. Schrupp, the second time in a row, he takes the lead late in the race. And it was a minor miracle that he won once. If he can win a second race, I think it's pretty safe to say people in hell will need snow shovels, because that's about as improbable as it gets. And this will be a dual result 7. And we go to the fume feud list, and we currently have 2 drivers fuming now. Kendrick and the 68 car, Cam Croyle, who is fuming as a result of Kendrick. So first the decide or die, and bullet will be Croyle, and blank, or bullet will be Kendrick, blank will be Croyle. So Croyle. Decide or die for the hare and their tortoise and the hare. So the rabbit would be Justin Mailer, and the turtle would be Graham Pleasant, and it's going to be Croyle and Pleasant. And roll of 9, and turtle out plus yellow. And in this situation, I do not believe a chip is going to get it done. And actually, yeah, only on a problem check, so Pleasant can spend his chip and avoid that. So a narrow escape there as we head to turn 36. And second group, this is going to be a skill check. So the skill trait, and we will start with Craig Greco. So Greco looking to move up, and Greco has the gas pedal check. He's going after the 5th position, Disco Stu, and not even close. Aaron Hartley with a performance chip looking to move up. And Hartley going after Disco Stu, and he's able to get the better of the veteran, so the prodigy there with a great move. Vaults up into 6th and keeps his performance chip, so this could bode well for XM Racing as we head down the stretch here. Next up, and Holder and Parnell Drake do not. Neither do Nakashima and Bilovich, and going to go up to Justin Mailer and Randy Kendrick. And Mailer misses the gas pedal check, needed a 2. And Kendrick misses his as well, and that does it. So we head to turn number 37. 3 to go, and it's getting exciting coming down the home stretch here, and that's going to be the bottom group. So this will be the last opportunity probably for some of our trophy drivers to get in a position to make any difference, and this will be a reflex check. And we'll start it back. Kevin Pettis and the Pettis boys bringing up the rear. Only Kevin has the reflex. And he's going to be going after Vic Holder. And Holder has a reflex trait as well, but a 3 will get it done on the blue die. So Holder's going to have to use his performance chip to fight off Pettis. Next up, Austin Bigler. And Bigler gets the gas pedal check, and he's going after the 5th spot, Parnell Drake, and a blue 3. So Bigler up into the middle group. And the snooker, Clark Snook. His gas pedal sometimes lets him down, not going to today, however. He's going after Cam Croyle. And Croyle, reflex and a brake pedal, but a 3 on the blue die. Just enough, and the snooker, at very worst, is going to be in a position to at least get some decent points out of this. And next up will be Gary Pine, and Pine, he's going to get it done regardless of where he goes, and that's going to be Austin Bigler. So Pine, a huge roll of 6 on the blue die. Vaults up, Robbie Petrosky next, and Petrosky fails his gas pedal check, and Trevor Trostel has kind of been a non-factor in this race, and Trostel's going after the 3 even, which is snooker, and 2 brake pedals and a reflex trait, and 2 Titans going at it, but Snook fights him off. Joey Plonka next, and Plonka another non-factor in this one. And going after Brooks Bilovich, and a blue 6, going to get it done for Joey. So a late run here for Team Plonka. Jeff Daly Jr. now up. And Daly is going after Gary Pine, and Pine is going to get replaced. And finally, Kerry Cacciola and Greg Carl both have the opportunity. Cacciola going after 3 odd, which is going to be Graham Pleasant. And all he has is reflex, so Cacciola takes advantage of that. And vaults up into the middle group, and again in a good position to get some points. And finally, Greg Carl will finish this off. And Carl's reflex check going after Vic Holder, and a blue 4 is going to get it done for Carl, as he just passes his gas pedal check there. So here we go, 2 laps to go, turn number 39. And Aaron Hartley hoping for an opportunity. Donnie Schrupp still in the lead, and could he possibly pull off 2 in a row? 4 is going to be a rare event in the second group, and before that we're going to have a trouble check. So it's looking like Schrupp, again, get ready for a snowstorm in hell, might win his second race in a row, believe it or not. So 41 and 41 middle group, that is going to be driver 4 odd. So KJ Nakashima, and 32 loosen turn to end of bottom group, so a tough break for Nakashima, as everybody will now move up. And no yellow flag, so to move into the middle group, Holder will have to get a 4 or better. He does that. And everybody else moves up a position. And Trevor Trostel still languishing back there, as well as the Pettis brothers in 35th and 36th place. So now on the rare chart, 25. So rare result middle group 25, driver incident middle group. So driver incident, use a driver finder to determine which driver sparks the incident. The incident will involve either the driver in the next place ahead or behind, and decide or die will do that. Both drivers roll in their trouble range, resolving using the usual procedure, and are placed on the feud list. So let's resolve that. Okay, so let's first get the driver in the middle group here, a 42, and driver 4 even, so that's going to be Joey Plonka. So a roll, and the dot will be Cacciola and Plonka involved in an incident, and that is going to get them into a feud in the next race. So 73 and 2 will feud in race 11. And they now have to make an escape check, so Cacciola needs an 8 or better. He gets it done, Joey Plonka. 9 or better, and Plonka does not get it done. He is collected. And he has a pit crew rating of A, so final third needs a 7 or better to stay in the race, and he does so, but he is going to go all the way to the back of the field. And no yellow flag here, so we will resolve turn 39. Everyone will move up, and we will now see if Donnie Schrupp is able to hang on. And again, a roll of 5 on the final turn, and Pleasant needs to pass a gas pedal check to move up. He does not. Sonny Swain does. So Sonny's up into the 19th spot, and Joey Plonka will finish a lap down. So here we go, final turn. And 1, 2, or 5 will be the top group, and anything else, Shrup's going to win again, and it's a 1, and 11 is going to be a star check. So Shrup, can he hold everyone off? And Aaron Hartley, who has a performance chip, is not going to have a shot. So McGarry will be first, and he is a double star, so it's going to be almost impossible for Shrup to hold him off. It's going to take a 4 on the blue tie. Shrup also has a star quality. And McGarry gets it done easily. So Shrup, no Cinderella Man this week as McGarry comes up on the outside and he's in first place. Hartley, no. Bryson, no. Ray Bob. Ray Bob has the double star quality, and Justice and Merrick will get a crack as well. So Ray Bob Walker. And McGarry with 2 stars. It's going to take a blue 6 to knock him off there. McGarry or Ray Bob. Denied once. Here he comes again. Denied a second time. Justice trying to get down on the inside. She needs a 6. Doesn't get it done. Monica Merrick tries to sneak by on the outside while he's distracted. Here she comes down the stretch. Misses the gas pedal check. And across the finish line, getting the checkered flag, is Marlon McGarry. So a great sprint to the finish line as the top group. Shrup trying to hang on and do the improbable. In fact, the impossible, win 2 races in a row as a basic journeyman scrub driver. Could not get it done this week, but a very respectable 7th place finish. And his best finishes prior to last week were 34th, and then the other 3 races he qualified in, he finished 41st, 42nd, 43rd. So Shrup, consecutive weeks, a 1st and a 7th, and that is a newsworthy story in itself. But Marlon McGarry is the winner today in the Pro Grip Power Tools 400, race number 10 in the 2018 Scram season. Finishing in 2nd will be Monica Merrick. Julie Justice in 3rd. Ray Bob Walker, the Duke of Dixie, gave it a valiant run, but could not pass McGarry. He finishes 4th. Kurt Bryson 5th, and the prodigy Aaron Hartley 6th. And again, the Cinderella Man, Donnie Shrup, rounds out the top 7. Leonard McAtee and Rowdy Randy Kendrick are your top 10 finishers. So that's it from New England Colonial Speedway, race number 10 in your 2018 Scram season. Once again, your winner, Marlon McGarry. And we will be back as the Scram circuit continues. And until then, thank you for watching. Please smash the like button if you enjoy the videos. And feel free to leave any comments, suggestions, critiques. And until next time, have a good one and keep rolling for the finish line. We'll see you.